All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Psych Word. You are now on the couch with Rob Gerard. And on the line right now, we have one of CT's finest, Jitta, on the track. Jitta, what's going on, man?
What's good with you, man?
Haha, how's everything?
Good, man. Just chilling, relaxing, vibing out. How you doing?
Good, man. Good. Well, it's good to have you on the show. Now, you've been quietly making noise in Connecticut for a hot minute, so it's really good to have you on. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but were you just featured on BET recently?
Yes. I was blessed to be a part of a program that BET runs called Sessions, and they chose me, and they came down to a studio. They recorded me making a beat, and just it was dope. I got to explain my whole project I'm dropping.
Oh man, that's
BET,
crazy.
it wasn't. I grew up watching that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Now, all right, so making beats. Okay, so we're gonna get into that a little bit, but let's take a start. Let's go back from the beginning. Okay, now your name first came on the radar when you won the contest featuring Drake, correct?
Yes, very true.
So what was that all about? Now it was on the Rise competition that Drake featured, and you actually got to go on tour with him.
Yes, I got to go on tour. I did a whole entire summer with him and various other artists, and it was dope, man. I got 48 hours, not even. No, it was a less than 24-hour notice. They flew me out to Houston for my first show, and I had to pack up right then and there and just become a rapper.
Man, how crazy is that? I mean, because you got to figure out all the people that that joined the competition. All of a sudden, it's like boom, there you are, you get picked.
It was awesome, and there's a lot of dope people that was in that competition too. There's a lot of dope artists, so it was a blessing.
Man, so really quick, what was that like? I mean, being around Drake, because I know he back then he wasn't this. I mean, he was a star, but he wasn't the mega star he is today. So what was that like? Did you get to ask him any kind of questions, or was he just kind of doing his own thing?
I'm the type of person that don't like to ask too much questions. I kind of just watch and learn that way. So, but I mean, best believe I had to bombard him with questions the first time I met him. You know what I'm saying? But it was dope, man. I was young. I was fresh out of high school, and it was just I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do in life, and then I kind of that popped up, and I was making music, and I was like, yo, I'm just this heavy. I went on tour, it gave me energy booster, it gave me a whole new outlook on things, and now I've been doing this since I got off tour. You know what I'm saying?
Man, so pretty much, I mean, that's kind of an ass backwards kind of way that people that will happen with people, because obviously you had the talent and all that, but like you said, you weren't even sure that's what you wanted to do, and all of a sudden, before you knew it, with the blink of an eye, here you are on tour with someone like Drake, and then all of a sudden you come back to Connecticut, and it's like okay, now I got to start putting in work, right?
Absolutely. Before it was more of a hobby, and it was one of those things where you ask your homie yo, you sound dope, and they're always saying yeah, and I had some circulation coming in and out of Connecticut with a buzz. But that definitely oh, people actually really mess with my music, so I'm gonna start taking this to the next level,
All right, so fast forward, a few years down the road. Now you're saying you also are making beats. Tell us about that. So you're not only rapping, you're actually making beats. Now, who have you been able to make any beats for any artists other than yourself?
I did a lot. I did a couple of joints for Webby off of his project coming out soon. I did some stuff I did a lot of local artists, but it's more than just making beats and giving them to these people. I also did something for Method Man too, low key.
Whoa! Hold on! You can't just pass that over. All right, so you did.
That's all I gotta say.
All right, so you did.
That's all I can say right now.
All right.
I've been but I want to develop a sound with it, more than just Jitta's got a beat placement with this. It's more oh, that's a Jitta sound right there. Somebody else made a beat and sounds just like that. So I'm trying to make a sound for, especially my area in Connecticut. So if you're an artist listening to this or whatever, reach out to me, because I'm trying to get everybody singles and have everybody with this sound. So when I do get this this sound I'm working with my production to a bigger artist and it blows up, there's an avenue for everybody, and everybody has a defined sound from this area, so they know it's from this area.
Wow. So not only as a rapper but also as a producer, you're really trying to give Connecticut its own, yourself and Connecticut its own sound.
Yes, exactly, and that's what you need. Like, this is a great place. There's a lot of talent, but nobody has their own sound, or nobody has a sound. Nothing sounds like New England. We live in New England. There's nothing that sounds like New England. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that sounds like Connecticut. It's something that sounds like a product of New York, or a product of down south, or a product of this and that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
hey, the way I look at it is this: if a state like Virginia can pop off, and they've definitely,
and they have their sound,
some incredible talent.
Timberland, Missy Elliott, like, they have a sound. LA has a sound. Like, anywhere can pop off. It's not about like what town it is, what city it is. It's about like what's going down in that area, and how it sticks out different than any other area, which is the style and the sound.
Absolutely. I tell you what, man. I mean, I've interviewed a good amount of Connecticut artists, and I've never really heard it put that way in terms of you know. I mean, first of all, you're a double threat. You're making beats and you're rapping. So
yeah, I'm also writing for a lot of people too. A lot of R&B artists too. Like, I do everything, man.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Now,
and then,
sorry, what were you gonna say?
Oh, my bad, I broke up. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of everything. Like, you know.
Now, you know, I could imagine. I mean, Connecticut, obviously. I mean, once you have your pulse on the scene in Connecticut, you know that unfortunately there's really not much of a scene, but there's just a ton of local artists trying to like do something. So obviously, to them, a lot. So obviously, you know, I mean, you have to make a living as well. So you're not just going to be throwing people beats. So at what point do you decide, like, okay, I'm going to have to give this like Webby? I'm sure, you know, you're trading favors, Webby, right? I mean, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean, that's a teammate, man. We both got homegrown. Like, we're both in the same team squad. Like, we're about to move out to LA in a week and get a homegrown house out there and start trying to like really put this Connecticut stuff out. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so hold on, because this is I think new to a lot of our listeners. You and Webby are planning on moving out to LA together.
Yes, very true.
Wow.
It's already in the makings. He's out there right now. Homegrown, locked down the spot. Like, we're about to really take what we have and bring it over there and show the world what we got. And that's why I said I need this sound, you know?
Absolutely. Now, obviously, you've done some work with Webby, and I mean, to be able to, you know, just to be able to say that you've you know, worked with some of the bigger artists that you say you've worked with, that's definitely something that's great. Now, 5-year plan. What would a 5-year plan look like for you at this point in your career?
5-year plan from now till 5 years into the future. Yeah, it's gonna look great. I have a lot of things I'm like working on other than music that has to do with entertainment too. But in 5 years, I'll be the artist that I will want to be, because I'll be exactly where I need to go. So 5-year plan is moving out to LA, making really amazing music out there with Webby, and then homegrown, like really like capitalizing on LA, having the whole West Coast know about Connecticut finally. Because I've been a lot of places, dog. A lot of people don't even know what Connecticut is. They think it's like a capital of like or like a, you know what I'm saying? They don't really think it's a state. But yeah, just get the name out there, and then you know what I'm saying, just really brand ourselves. Have Lumber Life brand be fully successful, and you know, hopefully you'll see a Grammy from them too. You know.
Man, that sounds beautiful. That sounds beautiful. And it doesn't sound like it's just a pipe dream for you. It's something that you are actually putting into place, putting into motion. So what advice for any listeners that are out there that are, you know, up-and-coming artists that are just trying to do their thing, they have their Pro Tools on their laptop in their spare bedroom, what advice would you give to these guys as far as trying to get to where you're kind of at right now and where you're continuing to move toward?
I would say, from what I can't tell them what to do, but I can just tell them what I did. And what I did was, I made sure I came with the funk. Like, I made sure I had top-notch quality videos, top-notch quality sound, period, in my audio. Like, it'll be a style, a brand, a team, and then just execute everything from there. Make sure your team's working hard. Make sure you got make sure you reach out to people, go to events, and don't just stay in Connecticut. Like, you know what I'm saying? In order to branch out and be an artist, you can't pop in Connecticut, inside of Connecticut. Like, you can be the hottest man in Connecticut, but if you don't step outside of Connecticut, like, you're no one. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure everybody in the world sees you. So make sure it's not just a town thing, city thing, and also do it. Make music even if you're not unsure of it. You know what I'm saying? It's always a good hobby, but when you do want to make it your life, quit everything you do and just pursue that. Quit your job like I did. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you got no ties. Make sure you got no baby mama drama. Just go out and do it.
You hear that, kids? Quit your job, drop out of school, and do your thing.
if you got what it takes, and if you believe in yourself, I mean, that shouldn't be a problem.
Absolutely.
But there's a lot of people that shouldn't take that advice. A lot. So that's a very small chance if you can do that and pull it off. There's also a very small chance, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you put your all into something, you can make that happen.
So, do you feel would your advice, you know, kind of going into what you were saying, would you tell someone that it's not even worth putting out a video? If anything, you'll hurt your image by putting out a half-assed video. If anything, if you're not going to make it 100% crisp and fully professional, don't put it out.
Listen, you got to put 100 and 1,000. That's not even like a number. You need to put that much amount into what you're doing just so you can get their 5% awareness, because your product needs to be so good that the 5% they even care about it, because they don't know who you are, and that's how you get a fan, somebody you don't know or doesn't know you. And you only have a short attention span with them. And if you can't get that off bat with that one look, they're gonna look at the screen if they're just watching one of your videos and hear 5 seconds of it, and they're gonna click it off. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you come correct, even in those 5 seconds. You know?
Absolutely.
So yeah, come correct and don't come at all, because it's not. It's a Shark Tank.
Great advice, great advice. Now, if any of the listeners want to reach out to you, hear some music, any of that stuff, how can they get a hold of you on social media?
They can just Google Jitta on the Track. I'm always dropping content on SoundCloud. I'm always dropping content on YouTube. Shout out Hunter Line with the videos. I'm always doing something. So there's every format at Jitta on the Track.
All right, beautiful. Thank you very much, Jitta on the Track, for showing up on Psych Word. It was a pleasure having you on, man.
Thank you for letting me, share some airtime with you guys.